Hey everyone, it's Natalie. My son and I have been so sick this last week, and today's like the first day I'm actually feeling good. But now my son caught what I had, and he's home from school today, so it has not been fun. But there's just been things that have really been on my mind lately. Well, number one, I am gonna try to get back to everyone's emails. You'll have to understand that I literally every month get hundreds of emails. And so I try to get back in a timely fashion. Sometimes it might take me a week to get back to you. I apologize. And I've been sick, so probably 2 weeks now. But something that, it's like that moment that your psyche is trying to trick you back into contact with the narcissist because of a variety of reasons. And my reason would be because we found out that she has cancer. But then, because I think it's because we are good people, when we find out bad news, for whatever reason, our psyche tells us, oh, well, here we are to be the the healer, the mender, the rescuer. And because I have a conscience, finding out that my Mill has cancer, two things. One, kind of like, well, sorry to hear about it. But then on the other side, because I've known her since I was 15 years old, it makes me feel sad too, because, I don't think, even if you hate someone or you haven't got along with somebody, you still don't want them to, die a horrible death, right? So, and I'm just using this as an example, but you could be triggered back into contact for numerous reasons. Trust me, I've done it a million times. But I have to sit here and tell myself, Natalie, she has cancer. But just because she has cancer doesn't mean she changed who she is as a person. And that I know in the past I have fallen for things like this before. And I would be like, oh, she's going to change because this happened or that happened, or we stood up to her or whatever. But the truth of the matter is that regardless of the situation, the narc Mill will never, ever change. And I think that breaks your heart, because you want to have a cherished, meaningful relationship with the people in your life. And when you can't have that with someone that is specifically your family, it can start just eating you alive, because you're like, I have done everything to make this person like me, love me, get along with me. I've done everything and nothing's ever worked. And here she is with cancer. And now my psyche is and good conscience is tricking me, saying, well, Natalie, she doesn't have that much longer to live, so maybe you should get in contact with her and let my son be in contact and things like that. And the other thing is, I don't know if it's selfish for me not to let my son have contact with her, because she is dying and she doesn't have much longer to live. And I don't know if I am harming my son in doing so. So these are things I think about, because I don't want anyone in the future to be upset with me because of the no contact rule. But at the same time, I feel like as a good mother, I have to protect my child from harm too. So I know a lot of women and men go through this where something drastic will happen in your family. And because you have a good conscience, you start convincing yourself that these people will be nice to you, that they're good, they're going to start accepting you and welcoming you, they're dying type of thing. But when I look back at the 23, 24 years and how many times I've fallen for, I wouldn't say it's a trick because she really does have cancer, but like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Every time I start getting that guilty feeling of, well, this happened or that happened, so maybe I'll go ahead and give her another chance or another, I don't know. It's just hard to explain. And through those over 2 decades, I've done that. Every single time, she has done something to destroy me, destroy my relationship, take my child, things like that. Every time because I think as like people with empathy and sympathy, we want to believe that people in this world aren't as evil and hurtful and hateful as the narc is. And I think it's just normal for us to go through these emotions. But I think the most important thing is not to react on them. Because in the past, I've reacted to the way I felt, right? It was about my feelings. I always regretted it. And so I'm just like stuck in this place where, because I have empathy, I want to say my goodbyes, but at the same time, that empathy has gotten me in trouble with her in the past. And anytime you find yourself overly emotional or, thinking that these people will change, the worst thing you can do is react on your feelings. Because if I could take back all the times that I reacted on my feelings, I would be a lot healthier. I would be more healed. The trauma that has happened in the past wouldn't be there because I didn't give this person another opportunity to hurt me. But I think if you are finding yourself in situations where like your husband is guilting you, guilt tripping you or whatever, or you feel bad because your children not having grandparents, I think the worst thing you can do is react in the moment of high emotions. So, I'm only human. I struggle just like you guys do. And I've just learned through chance after chance that these people, even on their deathbed, do not change. They don't change. And I think that is like the most difficult thing to accept, is that no matter what, no matter if they're being tortured, will they change who they are and treat you better and treat you with respect and kindness and love. And so if you're in a situation similar to me, or you find, like I said, your husband's guilt tripping you, or because you're a good person, you feel like, well, I'm going to give her another chance, don't. Because all you're doing is creating more problems in your life. You're creating more trauma that you're going to have to heal from. And you have to ask yourself, how much more can you take? Can you heal from where you are now. These are just things that you're going to have to, really sit and think about, because no matter how, you can give the narc a million chances and the same outcome will happen every single time. Every single time. They do not care about how you feel, your perspective on things, your opinions, your decisions. They don't care. And that's what is, I think, also difficult to accept, because we feel like the people that are in our life do care about those things. And then you have this one person that doesn't, and it's mind-boggling, and you keep thinking, I'm going to change this person. This person eventually will see the light, and they never do. And no matter how many times you give the narc a chance, she will take that chance of you being weak and kind, and she will flip it on you and make you regret being an empathetic, sympathetic, caring, loving person. Because they take those opportunities of you being weak to deliver more problems in your relationship, to get their claws back into your spouse, back in your children. And then you find that because you gave this person another opportunity, and they're basically coming back for revenge, even though they act like they are not, you soon see that the people that go back in contact with the narc soon starts being convinced that they're not the problem, that you're the one with the problem. And that's a very dangerous thing when it has anything to do with your children or your husband. Because the whole goal is to convince people that the narc doesn't have the problem. No. You're the one with the problem. And so when you find yourself like, well, should I give them another chance? Don't, because they are going to try to destroy you. They will try to destroy you. And that's the truth. And so when I sit here and, and think, man, I really feel bad for my husband. His mom has cancer, things like that. Because the sweet-natured person, the kind heart that I have, makes me just want to run to his mom and give her a hug and say, now we can be a big, happy family. But I have to bring myself back to reality and remember that big, happy family that I once dreamed of will never come true when it comes to my spouse's parents. There's not going to be peace in the family as long as the narc's living. And I got a question the other day asking, it said, when my narc dies, do you think her husband, my father-in-law, will be part of our family? And that's a very tricky situation because he's also done me really bad too. Now he's changed and now he's really nice to me and everything. And he has done stuff for our family without, behind the narc's back. We couldn't tell her and all this stuff. But yes, I think if when the narc finally goes, more than likely the father-in-law will be in our life because I don't know. This is just such a tricky question. I think also, I don't want my husband to feel like he's being punished or, I don't know. It's just hard. It's a hard decision. And I've thought about it and he is good, to my son, and he's nice to my son and everything. And he has changed a lot, and he has treated me with way more respect than my Mill ever has. And so the answer to that question is I just don't really know. I don't really know. But I guess I don't really know why I made this video. I'm just making it because I know everyone struggles differently and every day. And when you find yourself struggling, you need to just sit with your feelings and not react. Because reacting, it always causes problems. That's what happens. You react, then you created a problem. Because remember, the narc always flips it around on you, makes you seem like you are the problem. And yeah, I don't know. I hope everyone's having a good day. I was a little tipsy the other night on my live. I had a glass of wine, which I never drink, ever. So like one glass of wine had me slurring, so I deleted that video. But maybe, like, I don't know, once a month on a Friday or Saturday, if you want to grab a glass of wine, I can go live if you want, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I guess this is just my little testimony for today because I've been really struggling. And I know and I've learned, I know and have learned that when I'm struggling like this, I just need to sit still and stay calm. Peace, love, and harmony. See you guys later.